Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Mike, His Grace Church, right here in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, man, where we're touching lives and we're changing hearts. His Grace Church is a destination for divine visitation where miracles are still happening today. I want to take this opportunity to encourage you to come be a part of our Sunday morning worship celebration beginning at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on campus, 6995 Alamo Downs Parkway. That's located in the far west side of San Antonio, in the 151-410 corridor, not far from Colony Harley-Davidson, man. You can always Google us and find out where we're at, and then come be a part of what we're doing this morning at His Grace Church, man. We're going to be celebrating Jesus. We're going to be celebrating the life that God has given us, and we're going to do that in two ways. We're going to begin our service with what we call worship or singing, and we're going to be just magnifying God. You know, so often throughout our week, problems magnify themselves in our lives, right? And we get so focused on what's going on in our life that we don't remember to magnify the one that's greater. 1 John 4:4 says that the greater one is living on the inside of us. And so we begin our service by encouraging our members to focus their attention unto God and magnify Him. And we do that through worship because music just transcends atmospheres and genres. And so we come together and we sing and we just focus in. Sometimes music has a tendency to focus us in on things. And so what we do with music here is we allow it to focus in on how big our God is. And so 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Pastor Kim's going to kick up the jams, going to rock the house. We're going to get our praise on. And what we're going to do is we're going to magnify God. We're going to center our focus not on what's happening in our life, but on how big and how great He is. And then the second part of our service is a teachings segment where the Word of God is taught. It is the Word of God in us that gives us life, health, and healing to all of our flesh. And so when we teach the Word of God, we're proclaiming the good news, which is the gospel. But at the same time, we're helping each of us develop and grow in our understanding of the Word, which will cause maturity in our spiritual life. Our spiritual life is as important as our physical life. Because if our spiritual life is out of order, then our physical life will be out of order as well. And so we're going to continue teaching on a series called Faith Speaks. Faith has a voice. And we're to use our voice to create or to speak what we believe is true. And so this morning, we're going to be looking at how when we speak faith, sometimes it looks like nothing's working. I mean, we're speaking, we're declaring, we're believing, man, we're doing the faith dance, we're doing everything we can to make it work. And it seems as though it's just not working. But that's the most untrue statement that there is. Faith is working. It's working in the unseen realm. Philippians chapter 4:19 tells us to call those things that be not as though they already existed. And so we're speaking to things that don't exist and then bringing them into existence through our words. And so what happens after we start that process? Many times things just get a little worse. It seems the natural gets tighter. And so we have this tendency, because there's pressure put on us, to quit. But this morning's message encourages us not to quit when the pressure comes, because what you're declaring, what you're believing, what you're requesting from heaven, it's in the pipeline. And what's the pipeline and what does it mean? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at. It's a business term that really means that the process or plan is underway, but it's not complete. And so we're going to be looking at how we can stay active in faith this morning when we've prayed and believed that we've received, but we haven't seen it with our physical eyes because it's in the pipeline. Join me this morning, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, for our Sunday morning worship celebration. Again, the best way is to be with us here on campus, man, corporately celebrating the Word of God together. Man, when we come together as a family of believers, there's socialization, communication, restoration. There can be deliverance. I mean, you're in the place. You know, you can also join us through our social media platforms of Facebook, X. We're on Rumble. We have our own YouTube channel, and we're on Instagram as well. So plethora of ways, but I encourage you, I mean, even though we live stream our services, and we live stream our services for your benefit so that you can participate if you can't be part of the service or here on campus. But I encourage you because, you know, many times people, they facilitate a place where the live streaming becomes their church services so they don't have to come to the physical location. And that's like watching a fireplace on your TV. You get you can see it, but you get no effects of it. You don't get to feel the warmth of it. It's just different. And so when we're together in person, it's more dynamic because it's in real time. And so I encourage you, come be a part of our service here on campus. Experience the power and the life of God with other believers worshiping together. And then, I'll tell you, if you can't, then use our social media platform as a substitute. We encourage you, however and whatever, to become part of what we're doing here at His Grace Church. Again, I'm Pastor Michael Pillmore. This is His Grace Church, a destination for divine visitation, and I'll see you right back here at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.